Hello, my name is Gareth Ragg. I'm the head of the Global Leadership Series at Reuters Events, and I'm very pleased to say I'm being joined by Aloki Batra, the Chief Executive Officer of Five Holdings, in the studio at Reuters Next. Aloki, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you, Gareth.
So we're recording this interview just after your founder and chairman, Kabir's just got off stage at Reuters Next, and he's just outlined his incredibly ambitious sustainability vision for your company. And I think the phrase that really resonated with me was a seamless experience, sustainability without compromise. So I think let's start by looking at that thing and going, what defines CX at Five?
So what other hotels look at is guest satisfaction as a customer experience, guest memories as a customer experience. We look at guest celebrations as a customer experience. And that's what, when Kabir said, seamless experience, he's talking about celebrations without compromising on the environment and focusing on sustainability and how we can create better celebrations, better celebratory moments, and are sustainable at the same time.
So it'd be easy to assume, I think, that with more experience, let's say, that more energies can be used, and actually it would compromise the potential sustainability. So how do you try and balance that, and does it pose a conflict to sustainability with these experiences?
The way we look at it is, at the end of the day, people are going to do what people are going to do. So how do companies such as ours, which cater to celebrations, which cater to memorable holidays, what do we do to make sure we have a lower carbon footprint and create better experiences? So as we worked on this from 2019, we thought about this. We said, we should start thinking about this. The world is going in that direction. And at the end of the day, but the customer wants more, and the customers, especially out of COVID, they wanted to celebrate even.
Of course, yes.
Everyone was celebrating harder.
You want a proper holiday, right? After that.
So and I'm pleased to say, as COVID sort of started ending and people started celebrating, we were ready, and we won we went for the LEED Platinum rating, and we got the Spire rating, and so as Kabir mentioned in his presentation, the whole of the United States has 2,000 LEED Platinum hotels, and we'll be with 2,000 hotel rooms, and we'll be at 1,700. So that says a lot for a 5-year-old hotel group out of Dubai. Yeah,
that's a huge distance you travelled in such a short amount of time. And so with this real laser focus on sustainability and your commitment to it, how does that actually impact the consumer choice and their preferences?
Well, Generation Z, they're different. They've been learning about sustainability in school. It's been a subject in most schools in the world. I think there's been enough talk across from COP, and politicians and in the newspapers. And we come from a different generation or different generations, and we had different aspirations and different goals. And the young kids or the young generation of today, their goals are probably similar, but they always think of sustainability.
They don't want to compromise on that, even when they're having an amazing holiday.
Absolutely, and the consumer of tomorrow is going to be far more aware than the consumer of today.
So that sounds like you're definitely in the right place, and you're very much in line with especially what the next generation, Gen Z, are really wanting and demanding from that experience. So let's put some context around this and just walk us through some of those key sustainability-driven touch points that a guest would have when they come to stay with you.
We have large touch points such as solar powered, solar cells on our roof. But let's go through the guest journey. So, the car you arrive in is electric. You're greeted by a staff member who's wearing a uniform made from 25 plastic bottles, recycled into yarn and created into uniforms. You walk in through a paperless check-in. You go to your room, and the linens are, we try to save on washing them on a longer stay. Your bathroom the water goes through a grey water system, which is then used for irrigation for our plants, etc. So we save a lot of water there. We use amenities which are, the combs and the toothbrushes, which are made from wood, and so it's not plastic. There's no plastic bottles at all in the hotel. We save millions of plastic bottles a year. So we go down to our restaurants and you know, the food comes from sustainable farming. We have our own herb garden. You know, so there's a lot of elements which we have thought of, and you know, that's what gave us a LEED Platinum status and the Spire rating. And as we go ahead, you know, Kabir talked about the net zero hotel, and that's not next. That we can start work on that tomorrow because we have everything ready.
It's a really interesting point. Net zero, we always talk about 2030 targets, 2040 targets. Is a net zero hotel achievable today?
A net zero hotel is achievable today.
Okay, so it often sounds like we're balancing sustainability and cost. And these things that you're doing, and they looked amazing in the presentation, they sound amazing. Sounds expensive, potentially. So how do you, as a business, is there a compromise there, and how do you balance cost and this passion for sustainability?
Well, it's, you know, there is a cost which you're talking about, but I mean, maybe it would be a much higher cost or improbable with current building technology or current building design. So, you know, this is our real estate built tech company, like a building technology company. And what we've done is we've changed the design of the building in order to make it economical to build. We're talking about $250 a square foot, which is being built in Dubai.
Yes.
You know, you need to add a ratio because labor costs change and other things change. But even if it's $750, like Kabir articulated in his presentation, it's still not expensive compared to current costs. So because of our design, which is unique, we are able to match economical cost figures. So it's possible today, and you know, we're ready to have the whole world, you know, come and have a look at it, and you know, see what we can do with it.
It's amazing to think that actually this is achievable today. We're not having to wait many years in order to get there. This is something practical, and because of this incredibly innovative design, it's something that it can be a reality. And one thing struck me watching that presentation was every single detail had been thought of that customer experience. Like even when you're walking and creating energy that could power lights, I was like, wow, I'd never considered that before.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the team has been working very hard, you know, and I mean, me as well. I love the idea of kinetic tiles. And people are walking in and out of hotels all the time. I mean, that's a lot of footfall.
Yeah.
And capturing that as energy is exciting, and you know, the future is limitless. I mean, we are entering a new era of building technology based on design, which has been forced for sustainability. So this building, the design works for sustainability. So if the world starts adopting this design, you know, with our help.
Well, what I imagine is like a lot of your customers would have never experienced something like this before. And they're seeing this for the first time. So what are the kind of responses that you've had from customers to this sustainability-led experience?
Well, you know, we just came out of Corona. We just managed to, we all the measures we took, finally we went and got our ratings. Customers love it. Like I said, there are a lot of customers who really care. And you know, it's almost like if you went out to celebrate a holiday or a weekend away, or you know, and then you know that the hotel you're in or the party you're in or the restaurant you're in has done enough for sustainability, you'd prefer to be there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I mean, you know, it just makes sense. Why not? You know, so and at the same time, if you could go to our competition, and I'm not going to give names, but you know, they're not there in terms of our in terms of sustainability, and then you know, automatically you already know. And I think there will be a difference as we go into this next year and the year after and the year after. Every year, sustainability is growing, and people are more and more aware of it.
Yeah, just to kind of pull the focus back slightly and look at hospitality in general and its place in sustainability, because I think it's very easy to sometimes see hospitality hotels as quite energy intensive. You imagine the lights of Vegas, right?
Yes, yes.
So what role do you see hospitality playing in driving sustainability and the energy transition?
Well, you know, finally, a hotel is a place we stay in. And hospitality is, I would say, the Hollywood of real estate.
Yeah.
You know, so so it's aspirational. You know, to stay in a hotel and feel the comfort and the modern luxury or the traditional luxury of a hotel stay. So if we start focusing on sustainability as the hotel industry and as an aspirational place to be, you create a bigger impact than a residential building.
Yeah.
And so we have to be at the forefront of it. And Five has taken that initiative, you know, led by Kabir and our Chief Operating Officer Jay and the engineering team of Rashid and Arun, and they put together this for the last 4 years. And they've, you know, it seems like it was nothing, but there's a lot of effort which went into this. And you know, and I'm pleased to say that, you know, today every customer who comes or every guest who comes to Five is enjoying a fabulous holiday, and at the background there's an entire team working to make sure we have such a low carbon impact on that holiday and lower than any other hotel. Well,
that's it. Like if sustainability is the key differentiator, and customers will make that decision. If you've got a like for like and one's more sustainable, they'll choose you. So surely the rising tide will raise all boats, and the industry, it should really help push the industry forward.
I mean, logically, yes. I mean, you know, if all remains the same, you know, they should choose us because I mean that's the ethical choice.
So it seems as a company that you're incredibly innovative, and I don't imagine you guys standing still over the next few years. I can see this already evolving. So this is where we are today, how do you see this sustainability, how your sustainability mission is going to evolve over the next few years?
Well, I think we all need to get together. I think, you know, it's about us, it's about the other hotels, it's about other industries. Everyone needs to get together. It's clearly a problem going ahead, and I think the more all of us are cognizant of it, the more all of us are aware of it, and the more all of us really start thinking about it in our day-to-day lives, and that change will finally create an impact. So every year, I believe it's getting better. There are businesses such as ours and other fabulous businesses which are making an effort, and I think at the end of the day, you know, someone needs to lead. And you know, we've taken it upon ourselves.
You have to put your hands up and
yes,
do
absolutely,
it.
absolutely.
So, as part of the presentation, there was mentioned this build tech technology that has been copyrighted. So, before we finish, just tell us a little bit about what you've done, what the technology is, and what exactly you've copyrighted.
Yeah, so the design has been copyrighted, and the company, which is our real estate company, we call it a build tech company because it's. Finally, we've taken building technology and the way buildings have been built over the last 50, 100 years, we sort of changed that around, evidently, as you can see in the presentation. And at the same time, we didn't change it around in order to, let's get a net zero building. We looked at it from a customer perspective and what creates that impact to the customer. How do I have the same luxurious lifestyle? How do I have an even better lifestyle than a conventional cookie cutter building stacked up floor on floor? So, you know, so the copyrighted design creates a better living experience, and at the same time, you're net zero.
So I think that's super interesting because I think the assumption often would be with sustainability, you're making cuts. It's becoming more utilitarian rather than actually more luxurious. And the design, when you look at that building, there's that wow factor that you still have, even though it's clearly because it's also putting sustainability at the front, I guess.
So that's going back to Kabir's statement, you know, a seamless living experience without compromise.
So just to finish, you've put your vision out there, you're trying to lead the pack. If you had a message to the hospitality industry right now about sustainability, what would you say to them?
My message to the hospitality industry, well, I think it's important for them to start looking at each aspect of the guest stay and start looking at how they run the buildings, because the buildings are, you know, creating a large carbon footprint. And, you know, what we've done is clearly evident to everyone. It isn't so challenging. You just need to put your hand up, take a step forward and say we're going to absorb time and cost to get this done. But once it's done, it's forever.
Brilliant. Aloki, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Cheers.